The best are usually young kids or any young adult from 17 to about 25, just before 30. Those are always your best operators. And plus, if they're really good at playing video games, we find they are the most efficient, they hardly damage anything, and they get the most driveways done the quickest, with a nice job too. The best operators, the best, are usually young kids or any young adult from 17 to about 25, just before 30. Those are always your best operators. And plus, if they're really good at playing video games, we find they are the most efficient, they hardly damage anything, and they get the most driveways done the quickest, with a nice job too. The best.
I would say that my previous employer would definitely agree with this take. They just didn't want to pay me. You know, they were happy to get the best employee they've ever had. Well, uh, not wanting to pay. Which, you know, we can't abide by that. We can't be not getting paid and shit. That's pretty important. Got to be making money. You know, if I'm gonna be in your wage cage, you got to be throwing me peanuts, okay? And if I'm waging hard in that cage, it's gonna have to be a lot of peanuts. So, we got some good news today. We got some bad news today. We'll start with the bad news. Thomas contacted me and informed me that his new channel, once again, has been banned. It's gone. Tried to take down all of his content. They still deleted it. New Thomas channel gone. The good news is allegedly Eichenfelder is alive. He's posting on a new YouTube account. He probably got banned too, and says he'll be returning to being a guest star on the streams at some point here in November. So, he's alive. And presumably not in a cage. I was glad to hear that. I don't really have a whole lot planned for today. I do have a whole lot in the to-do list, but I was figuring I'm going to save it for Halloween. If you guys are anything like me, you know, we're not doing anything on Halloween, right? So, if nothing else, I try to make sure I at least have something for everybody to watch on these holidays that we don't really get to participate in. Kind of have our own thing going on instead of just being left out. So I do have a tremendous backlog for that. I do have a couple little things I want to cover today, though. On my Twitter, like Morrissey Wildcat's been a viewer of mine for a long time, and I've been following him back on Twitter, and I gotta say this guy's pretty funny, and you can tell he IQ mogs a lot of the people he's arguing with as well. So we'll start with watching the video that he responds to here, okay? Black woman gets arrested after attempting to trip a New York police officer who was arresting people for selling counterfeit goods. That's not even a white police officer. That's Officer Hernandez or something, okay? You know, he dodged that masterfully, though, you know, credit to him. You wouldn't, you know, this must be kind of common in New York, you know, if you're sprinting after a suspect and there's a black woman in between you and the suspect. This probably isn't the first time, you know, one of these weave wizards tried to throw out the tactical trip strip to take him down. Oh, it's an Asian cop. Good. He also appears to be suffering fatigue. Or actually, that's an Asian cop. The other one, they probably partnered them together. It's probably two Asian cops. Anyway, I agree. I agree with this take 100%. I co-sign it. Because I'm not mad about this whatsoever. The Weave Wizard's reflex is to trip the cop so that the black man can escape. A white woman would alert the cop to a white man's position, or a white man bear pig would clothesline tackle him and hand him over to be taken away in cuffs. Whites are so desperate for approval that they'll stop at nothing, even if it means claiming one of their own as a trophy at the end. Blacks look out for their own, and whites actively stab each other in the back. And this set off, you can see the rate: 15 likes, 4 retweets, 66 comments, and 2 pins. People are fucking mad about this. It pissed everybody off. It pissed off blacks. It pissed off white women. It pissed off cucked white guys that don't want to admit that white women are, part of the problem. Masterful. If it were actually rage bait, it would be top tier rage bait. But the truth these days is the top tier rage bait, and that's all it takes. You got Law and Order retards like this that think DeSantis 2028. Huh. And the example Morrissey's using is more of these kind of LARPing right-wing guys. Now they're gonna punch at their own guys. White men shouldn't be allowed to enter Asia and exploit teenage girls.
This is
not allowed.
why they come to Cambodia.
I am currently in men.
They're roaming everywhere looking for a Cambodian woman.
I actually feel bad. I don't want to film any of the girls because they genuinely don't want to be here. They're only here to make money and try and provide for their family.
Look, we got the boys on tour right here. Look, we've got another old mate cracking on over here.
It's genuinely taking advantage of women who are in a lesser fortunate scenario.
And the thing that bothers me about this particular bloke is he's no better. Okay, this guy wouldn't be in Cambodia if he could get the kind of girls he wanted in his own country. There's no reason to go to Cambodia. It's not some destination hub for some kind of hobby of yours. You're not going to Cambodia to compete in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. Okay, you're not there to play Magic the Gathering. You're not there to do local Tekken Street Fighter tournaments. You're there for the same thing, and you're just mad that other people are getting it. That's what you're pissed about. You thought you were going to be special. You thought you were going to go here and be the big fish in the small pond. To end up butthurt about this, to end up running around the way he is, this sort of guy, you know what probably happened to him? He probably had his eyes on the same Cambodian girl as one of these old boomers. And, he was probably getting somewhere with it. He thought, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to get it in. And some boomer came along, flashed a stack of cash, and took her off him. And he realized that these girls don't like really any white men. They view him the same as they do the old boomers. It's purely a business transaction for them. Meanwhile, if you contrast that with this, okay, these Wignat-tards will sit here. The Wignat-tards will sit here and complain and whine and shit talk. White guys leaving the country to go date a teenage girl. Meanwhile, look at what happens in your own country. Look at what happens in America, in Canada, and everywhere else. And look at the racial dynamics.
Here, come here for a second, girls. Come down here, girls. Come down. Hey, what's up, man? Come down here. Come on down here now. Nope, you need to come down here with all three. Come on down. Raymond? Come on down here, man. We just got to talk to all three of you, okay? All right. Keep your hand where I can see it, man.
And this is why I can't take the weave wizards in my chat seriously. I really can't. Okay? You know, you are playing an entirely different game. Okay, white boys have to go to Cambodia and simp for some zipper-headed creature to try and get anywhere. Look at what blacks get away with in white countries.
Come on down here, okay? All three. All right. So we just got to talk to you, okay? So why don't we just go stand right here? All right. All right, so this is what we got, man. We got some information out of Iowa that these girls here are runaways from Iowa, okay? Can you keep your hands out of your pockets for me? I know it's cold. And you were the last known.
Listen to how polite and deferential the white cuck police officer is to this black child trafficker. Listen, man, I know it's cold. Can you keep your hands out of your pocket? I know I just caught you here with this 11-year-old and this 15-year-old girl. These white girls, but can you keep your hands out of your pockets, man? I'll go get you a blanket from the car if you want. Hey, shit, you want to borrow my mitts?
Person that we have on security camera with the girls at Platteville and Walmart yesterday. Okay, so Iowa wanted us to come here, check with the girls. They want us to get the girls in touch with them at this point. You're not in any kind of trouble at this point. There's no charges or anything like that.
No trouble, no charges. This is the system as it's set up. We're gonna be super polite. We got a grown male weave wizard here with 2 white girls, one of which is not the age that you should even be interested in, okay? 15, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and moral fag on the issue, but 11 years old. And this cop is sucking this guy's dick.
That for you, but obviously we wanted to talk about, you know, where you girls came from, how you guys ended up kind of getting in contact with each other. This is where we're at with, okay? I guess what can you tell me, man, on how you came in contact with the girls?
Well, I mean, honestly, you know, I'm chilling, man. I'm just
okay.
They cool. I don't know.
So you picked them up where, in Dubuque somewhere, or where at?
Yeah, Iowa.
Yeah, over in Iowa. Okay.
He picked them up in another state. He's chilling. He just drove on through and scooped him up some white girls.
Okay. Are you living here then? You working here?
Yeah.
What? You are?
Yeah.
Okay. So which one's?
I'm Lucy.
You're who? Lucy. What's your last name? Okay. You got anybody else that's with you then?
No.
Just you 3. Okay. And you guys were at the Walmart yesterday?
All right.
Okay. You're not a runaway?
This is the other thing. You know, people will go on and on and on and on about how, you know, women don't mature till they're 25, they're 30. Go ask a girl this age if she thinks she's mature, and she'll tell you she's a fucking grown adult. Okay? These girls act like catch me. This is my sister. They act like catch me outside hood rats, starting at like age 12, even if they grow up in a nice suburb. Try and tell them that they're not grown. They'll be the first to tell you that they are. It's not until they're 30 that they start complaining about it.
What are you then?
19.
You're 19. Where are you from?
Notice how she deepened her voice like a little boy on the Xbox mic when she says, "I'm 19 years old." Listen to this shit.
Where are you then?
19.
You're 19. Where are you from?
Why are you asking all these questions?
Because we got information that he is with 2 runaways from Iowa, and we've got detectives in Iowa that are looking to get information on it. That's why we're here. Okay. So, and what's your name? The other one. What's your name? It's not a game, okay?
Notice how he's all friendly to the black. all friendly to the black guy. Oh yeah, no man, don't worry about it. No charges. It's cold out here. Just keep your hands out your pockets, please, brother. All this shit. But then an 11-year-old white girl trying to pull the same act. He's immediately on her case. Hey, you. It's not a game. Answer my questions.
You got a phone number where we could reach if we had any other kind of questions for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate you being cooperative with me, man. Where were you guys getting
Yeah, appreciate the cooperation, man.
ready to head now?
Well, I was just gonna go grab some bread. That's all.
Okay.
Grab some bread.
What are we leaving Iowa for? Like, what do we got going on over there? Okay. Let me call that guy here real quick.
Little girls got really nothing going on in the state that they're leaving.
Just see what he wants to do here. How long you guys been here?
Well, I've been here for as long as they just passing through. Honestly, they on their way.
What's your guys' plan on where you're trying to head?
Still figuring it out.
Trying to figure it out. Hello? Yeah. Hey, is this is detective I just spoke with? This is Deputy Underwood. So we are currently out with Raymond and two females. One of them is telling us that her name is Lucy. And what's your name again?
Angel?
Lucy and Angel. Okay, both of them adopted these fucking satanic hooker names. Those are not going to end up being their real names, I think we all know. Okay? But like this is the level of nonsense we're on, and people sit here and it's like the guy in the chat yesterday accusing me of my crimes. I didn't do a 100th of this. I didn't do a 1,000th of this. I asked out a legal girl with her father as a proxy. I went old-fashioned. I asked for permission to court her, and I got 2 years of probation. This guy's out here with underage girls from another state, and they're all given the runaround playing the retard act. And there's no level of urgency, there's no seriousness here. It's just that we're going to play along with this game.
Angel what?
Huh?
Angel what? And then Angel. Can I see your wrists and forearms? I want to see what you have for tattoos.
Tattoos?
Yep, on your arm. Let me see your arms. What's that one right there? Is that Playboy Bunny smoking something?
Huh?
What's the one on your right arm? Show me your right arm. All the way. Let me see the tattoo. This isn't a game.
I can't.
Okay, yeah, so we got a tattoo of a Playboy Bunny smoking a joint on the right forearm of...
We got 11-year-old girls here running around with Playboy Bunny smoking dope tattoos. What do you think the 11-year-old white boys are doing at this point? And people will condemn you for ending up in my predicament, where, you're a 30-year-old virgin. You're supposed to date women your age. If I'm a 30-year-old virgin, male, white boy, what has the average white girl been doing for the last 15, 20 years? No, this isn't what no father figure looks like at all. They have a father figure. Guaranteed they have a father figure. Their dumb mother probably divorced him, though. Or is or she runs the household. Lets them do whatever the fuck they want.
Angel. Okay, so is your real name correct? Yeah. And what's your real name?
My name's Lucy.
Lucy?
Yeah.
Where are you from, Lucy?
I don't have to tell you that.
You don't have to. She doesn't want to tell me where she's from. Two nose rings, blonde hair, about 5. Yeah, exactly.
Do you mind if I just pat you down real quick? Then you can, just as long as you don't got any weapons, that way you can put your hands in your pockets, okay?
And the 15-year-old in this situation is probably already used up. And she's trying to drag another girl into this. It's not even the black that's responsible for this. Like, the black is acting as expected. I'm not going to sit here and fault him. It's the 15-year-old girl dragging the 11-year-old girl into this.
At this point, what are you looking for us? Are you looking to come talk with these girls? Or do you want us, you know?
We're gonna stay down at the bottom of the stairs here. We're just gonna be right here.
All right, yeah, I'll call my supervisor up and see how he wants to handle this at this point. Yep, but, oh man, it's cold out here. Sorry, man. Okay, so
Sorry, man. Listen to how he talks to this guy.
have dispatch run them through NCIC at this point, and then bring them up to the SO and contacting the social services from there. All right. All right, I gotta get warmed up. All right, so.
Oh, sorry, African man. If you had just, next time you pick up a couple underage white girls, make sure that, you know, they're from the local area. Just make sure, you know, they can go home after you're done with them. You can't be picking them up from another state, man. That's not allowed. Notice where they draw the line of behavior for the Weave Wizard.
Essentially what they want us to do is you girls are going to be coming with us.
Not if I talk to them.
Not right now, man. Nope. So we're going to get them in the trucks right now, and then I'm going to come back and talk to you, get a statement from you. While that's going on, we're going to run them in NCIC, and then we're going to see what we got going on about getting them back to the sheriff's office and back where they're supposed to be, okay?
Yeah, right. Because, you know, I just want to make sure they.
I just want to make sure they're safe. And the cops are going to play along with this.
Safe, you know, just make sure they get to where they're going.
They'll be safe.
So I don't know if you want to take one out to your car now, and then I'll bring the other one up to mine. Shoes?
As long as I can come with them, okay? Is there anyone else home with you guys?
No.
Okay.
How long you been staying here, Raymond?
About a month.
Okay.
Girls, keep the door open. Unlock the door. Dave, make sure there's not another door out that hallway.
Is there another way to get out here?
That's it.
Nope.
Hey, unlock the door now. Girls, unlock the door.
Hey,
Is there a window out there they can go out?
No.
Unlock the door. I'm going to break it down. Get them to unlock the door, Raymond.
They need to unlock that door right now.
Unlock the door now.
Can we keep it down? Because I got lazy.
I understand, but the situation dictates it. They need to open the door right now.
Hey, look, come on, man, come on. Look, I don't need the neighbors called my main. I don't need none of. I don't need my landlord involved. Come on, just look. I'm finna write down my info, and y'all just take my number, all right? Come on, like I'm gonna just write down.
This is what will get the cooperation from white girls. My magnificent pimp handler. Don't worry, he'll leave his contact info. You know, you're safe with the police officers. He'll protect you.
My info, and we good. I'm gonna give y'all my number.
All right, let's come out here.
Come on. It's okay, y'all good.
Hey, Raymond, you need a pen? I got a pen. We can write something down.
Yeah, and look, it works. They don't want to get their brother in trouble. Oh, I don't want him to have to get a call from the landlord. Yeah, okay, I'll allow myself to be taken into police custody.
I understand y'all don't wanna go. So all you gotta do is just call me. Y'all gonna be back. It's inevitable. Y'all got.
It's inevitable. Y'all got the right to remain silent. And the police just stand here. Look at how impotent they are while the black pimp coaches these girls on how to act while they're in custody. Y'all got the right to remain silent.
Got the right to remain silent.
Hey, thanks. Like I said, I'm not sure if we'll need to talk to you again or not. Wouldn't be surprised if someone calls you at some point, whether it's us or Dubuque calling just to talk to you about what you got going, you know, whatever you're. All right.
Hey, go. No, stop! Stop! No, stop!
Look at this shit, dude. Look at the level of behavior that you're dealing with from these girls. Lying to police, fake identities, gonna lock themselves in a room and refuse to come out. The second they get out of the house, they're fucking sprinting, they're taking off.
Don't go anywhere. Stop! Come on. I'm not trying to hurt you or get you in trouble, okay? Don't make this job more difficult than it needs to.
Can I get my shoes?
I got your shoes. Walk to the car. I'm just trying to help you guys. I don't know what you guys have going on back home. You understand we have certain things we have to do, okay? No, I'm not going to do that. Not after what just happened, okay?
You got anything on you?
No.
Stop. Do you have any weapons?
No.
Any contraband drugs, anything like that? Okay, I'm gonna pat down your pockets, okay? Everything's on body cam, all right?
Okay.
You got anything on you need to know about? Anything in your pockets?
No, just some change.
Some chain. Let me check, okay?
Okay, zip it all the way for me. Do you have anything in these here?
No.
Okay. Do you have a sports bra or anything like that, then? Can you grab the bottom of it and just shake it out from unzip your jacket for me? I'm not gonna ask you.
Dude,
Listen,
it's freezing outside.
I understand that. The quick.
We're cold all of a sudden. We're gonna sprint off into the night. It's not too cold to sprint off into the night with no plan. But it's too cold to show that we don't have any weapons.
I guess we can. No, don't lift it up. Just grab the bottom of it and shake it out.
Like
Okay, go ahead and take a seat.
This case was investigated by the FBI, the Dubuque Police Department, and the Grant County Sheriff's Office. The two females lied about their ages and were actually 14 and 15 years old. After thorough investigation, detectives found that Raymond Armour, the male the two females were with, took inappropriate photos of them and posted them online. Raymond then attempted to arrange meetings between the females and interested individuals. None of the meetings occurred, however. Raymond was charged with 2.
We really think none of those meetings occurred? I don't. I don't think so at all. I think they're lying about it to, help these little roasties maintain their aura of dignity and purity. I think they're lying about that completely and covering it up.
Counts of transporting an individual in interstate commerce with the intent to engage in inappropriate services. He pleaded guilty to both charges on July 18, 2024, and was sentenced to 11 years in federal prison. This next case shows a 28-year-old male who has a felony warrant for his arrest due to him repeatedly attempting to contact a young female victim. Officers show up at the door of his family's house, where he is currently staying.
Oh, police department.
There, now we'll go off.
There we go. Sorry to wake everybody up.
Works all right. I'm like, oh.
Are you Bryce?
Yeah, I thought some kid was banging on our door.
No, I'm a big kid.
Oh.
Hey, listen, we got a call about you tonight, okay?
Okay.
So we have to ask you some questions.
My aunt literally just died, so...
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
So can you come over here for a minute?
Okay. I'm going to stand right here because I don't trust you at all. I don't know what's going on here.
We're the police department, Bryce.
Okay.
Okay.
You're Bryce Witchy?
Yeah, I am.
Bryce Witchy wearing a Mountain Dew shirt. Look at the contrast here. It's middle of the night, like home raid for the white boy. The tone is completely different. What's he guilty of doing here?
Date of birth.
I'm amazing, so I don't know what your problem is. I don't know what is your guys' problem? Okay. All right. No, hey. Stop. Whoa, Please stop. I'm not. Don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
Like, this is a joke at this point. You know, the parents jump in. He's panicking. Oh, don't hurt me. Like, this has to be like actors. You know, at this point, how do you even... Now, I say a lot of things are fake. Okay? But what can even be real at this point? You know, this is a caricature. Look at how this is exactly what I've talked about on this channel so much. Look at the stark difference in behavior between the police and the different colors of suspects. And I'm supposed to be sympathetic for Weave Wizards when they're very obviously playing on easy mode.
No. shoot him, kill him.
We're not going to shoot him, Carol. Calm down. Calm down. I understand.
Mom! I'm freaking out! Mom, what's going on? Stop! Please! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Put your hands behind your back.
Bryce, stop!
Stop resisting.
Bryce, stop! Bryce, stop! Under arrest, stop!
Why am I under arrest?
I will explain it to you in a minute.
Ow, wait, I can't.
All the units in the back come around the front.
Sounds like I got him.
My hand's stuck.
You're in cuffs.
No, my.
I don't care.
Stop.
Get up. You're under arrest.
What the hell?
You got additional charges too.
What the hell?
Bryce,
What's going on? No, I need an
we have a warrant for your arrest.
I need an explanation.
Bryce, I'm explaining to you. We have a warrant for your arrest.
What?
It's called importuning.
What?
Come on.
Import tuning. Okay, if they're literally just inventing charges at this point. Okay, if you search import tuning, okay, what do you get? You get fucking JDM cars. What are you under arrest for? You're under arrest for import tuning. What's import tuning? Persistent harassment of someone for or to do something. If you're going to arrest somebody for harassment, why not arrest them for harassment? Why do you have to like subsection it again? And we're gonna apply the phrase importuning. Has anybody ever even heard this phrase before? They pull out the most obscure, like, I just hopped on the thesaurus, I thumbed through the law book and opened it up at a random page. Nobody's been charged with this since 1758. Sort of crimes when it's a white boy.
Come on over here, Bryce.
Mom,
Listen.
I don't know what's happening.
People, hang on to him, please.
This isn't. What is going on? Mom.
Hey, John's going to transport. He's pulling up.
Wait, no, Mom, I don't know what's going on.
You're going to jail.
Just pull right out of the driveway, please.
What the hell?
Bryce! Bryce, just relax.
I'm not resisting. I don't even have shoes on. What is going on?
That sucks. The police officer's being antagonistic the whole time. Contrast that. You can be a black pimp in the possession of underage white girls. And the police officers are like, oh man, sorry, it's cold out here. Yeah, no problem. Maybe you'll get another phone call. All this shit. What is this? What are we going to find out this guy did?
I don't have shoes on.
I don't care, Bryce. I could care less.
I don't care. Don't care. That sucks. Could care less.
I don't have shoes on. Can I get an explanation at all?
Go.
As to what's happening?
You were already told.
Going to jail, that's your explanation. Okay. Hey, sir.
What?
Is there any way, like, you can loosen these at all so my wrists don't hurt so much?
We'll be there quickly.
Okay. What's going on exactly?
We have an arrest warrant for you.
Yeah, but what am I going to jail for? How long? I don't know anything.
I'll have the sergeant explain that to you.
Okay. I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry.
Carol, we're not going to hurt him, okay?
Because he's...
I understand he's got some issues, okay? We have a warrant for his arrest. We have a search warrant for the house.
Wait, okay.
Carol, do you need a minute?
Yeah, me and my sister just dropped dead.
I'm really, really sorry.
Just dropped dead like 2 days ago, just in the middle of the morning. I haven't even been sleeping all week because she just died.
I just don't want you guys to hurt me. I'm not, like, please don't hurt me.
Huh? Did we explain it to him what it is?
Sarge already did.
Oh, you've already been explained what your warrant's for.
No, I don't...
That's your choice not listening.
No, I don't know how long this is for. Like, what's the term? What's the length of what I'm going to jail?
It'll be a while.
What?
It'll be a while. It's an F3 felony.
Am I going...
An F3 felony. A mid-level offense, more serious than a misdemeanor, but less severe than first or second. Dude, this is a misdemeanor that they trumped up to a felony. More serious than a misdemeanor, but not a this is the lowest degree of felony you can possibly get. Now, I don't agree with this guy, okay? You can tell with how he's acting, he's a giant fucking pussy. Okay? But just compare the behavior. These are very similar situations, I'm sure we're going to find out.
Like, can I be in a cell on my own without a...
I don't work at the jail.
Oh, alright.
But no, they don't give you cells on your own.
What if I'm next to some murderer or something? I don't know who I'm going to be next to.
Well, they could be saying the same thing about being next to you.
Oh, alright. Oh man, this feels weird. I've never done this before.
Just tell me where to go. Do I walk in front of you?
Stand right here by the stop sign.
Okay.
We'll be out with you.
This suspect's name is Bryce Witchy. His warrant was for felony telecommunications harassment and importuning for attempting to engage in inappropriate activity with an 8-year-old girl. In addition to...
Okay, I can kind of understand why they're disgusted with him. 8-year-old girl, that's ridiculous. At the same time, though, you're trying to contact an 8-year-old online. No actual in-person interaction has occurred. But black pimp with runaway white girls still gets handled like a child. Okay? So, at the very least, you'd think they'd be kind of handling them roughly the same.
To his warrant, he was charged with obstructing official business and resisting arrest. After looking into Bryce's past, he was also later charged with 30 additional counts of illegal use of a minor or impaired person in inappropriate material. Bryce pleaded...
This guy's he's making porn of retards.
Guilty to all counts on July 31st, 2025, and was sentenced to 19.5 years in prison.
When you're dealing with a kid who's been through a lot, you automatically become the enemy. That's why the first thing foster or adoptive parents has to learn is how...
Where'd they find this? They should have just said he was charged for being a pedo. Guess they don't want the family to know until after the trial. Yeah. Yeah, that does seem... That's an excellent point, right? Because... they'd probably put a lot more effort into trying to avoid charges like that than all these kind of legalese terms. Hey, look, it's Black Joe Rogan. Bryce is from Woif's hometown. He was a creep long before this and should have been arrested long ago. He got here we go. He got a heavier sentence than a guy trafficking 2 young girls for sex. Wow. Probably because the guy hadn't yet succeeded in getting them with Johns. This guy hadn't succeeded either. He got arrested for trying to contact them online. Second guy, like 11 years for minor trafficking, 19.5 for texting with a minor, huh? Honestly, should be life for both. There is some noticers in the chat here. Here we got a black. Listen to the people running defense for the black guy. Okay? I guarantee the people here in the comments fixating on the second half of the video, like, second guy, da 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 da. Fuck you, fuck what you talking about. Here we got a black here, because you know because he's talking like Derek Lewis. You know this is a black guy. Fuck what you talking about. 11 years is too much for me. I don't think I can do one. Fuck 11 of them. Hearing this is, if I see a kid on the side of the road, I'm just calling the police. I ain't picking them up. I end up catching the case like this dude. They really feign ignorance about the reality of the situation. If helping them was your goal to begin with, the police would have been the people you called initially, immediately. But we're going to play stupid and we're going to run defense for the black pimping underage girls. Yeah, my jaw did hit the floor too with that thing. You know, like 8 years old, dude. That's fucked. At the same time, though, they seem to be okay. Yeah, King Kwan here to make sure that the focus goes back on the white boy. Just an interesting contrast. Interesting contrast between the two. I've never in my life seen anybody so calm and nonchalant about being accused of child trafficking. Good God. The first guy's extensive explanation as to what was going on was, I'm chillin' and they cool, is a huge red flag. We can't just call it like it is. We can't just say, hey, we got two underage white girls here with a weave wizard. I'm calling it in. You know, that in and of itself is a huge red flag. You know, that would have been enough. That would have been more than enough. That would have been too much in a time where we still had kind of like logic in the world. So second guy gets 19 years for messaging children, and the first guy gets 11 for trafficking them? What? End judicial racism, bro. Traffickers are nothing more than middlemen opportunists. We've got somebody here trying to paint him as a businessman. He's not a monster, he's just trying to make money. How do young kids get tattoos? Tattoo artists are basically all criminals. They're tattooing criminals the whole time. You think when you're running a tattoo shop and people keep coming in wanting the same symbolism over and over and over again, that the guy doing the tattoos doesn't clue in? It was determined that they lied about their ages. That removes intent. So if an obvious 12-year-old tells you that they're 35, it's not your fault. They were coached to do this. Hey yo, tell them you lied about your ages and shit. Here we go. We got some of our brethren in the comments section here. It has to do with tall. If you're tall and black, females of all ages just love you, and so does the world. If you're short, you'll have the world hate you big time. Prince Vinny just dropped a truth nuke here. And we got a Mortal Kombat 2 cell, a Street Fighter cell here. The two girls were black and older. This guy has race swapped the two girls. Black and older. He thinks it's racist that the guy got 11 years. Not the other way around, that the other guy got way more years for never coming into contact with anybody. They are victims that ran from the police when they were being rescued. Wait, that's not how that works. Now, they do have a point. The white girls actually sabotaged the case against the black guy. Honestly, 3 years isn't enough for someone like Leggett. That's enough time. 11 years is a long time. Only if he's rehabilitated not to do this again. He didn't even do anything. He was just looking and sniffing. Manipulated by him. They were runaways. I'm sorry, but where in this amazing utopia for runaways to go when out in the streets, especially in the cold weather? He was doing them a favor. Those girls are adults, old enough to run away. It's the parents' fault. Even the comments section plays out the dynamic of the video. That's the other thing too. They blurred the face of the black guy in the body cam video footage and didn't blur the face of the other guy. Yeah, the black guy's gonna go to a prison full of other blacks. They're gonna high five him and pat him on the back for pimping white girls. The white guy's gonna go to a prison full of other whites that are gonna go, oh no, he's a pedo. I'm a hero now. I'm gonna stab him with a shank. The girl's lioness here. We've got a black woman here. Okay, if your profile picture is a set of headphones and you're calling yourself DJL the Lioness, okay, you're a black woman. Okay? The girls don't seem bothered. Leave them alone. They don't seem to care. Lucy have too much attitude. They'll go right back to what they're doing. And this brings us back to the point like Morrissey Wildcat had with his post on Twitter where white people will throw each other under the bus. Blacks will look at the blacks in the comments congregating here trying to defend this guy. The second guy's a little punk that always had mommy fix his problems. That man can't even talk correctly. He just mumbles. Whew. That second guy's going to have a hell of a time in prison. And this white cuck here gloating over it. He should have a hell of a time in prison. But why should only the second guy have a hell of a time in prison? This guy's so retarded he realizes that the second guy's going to have a hell of a time in prison, but he can't rub his brain cells together and create enough friction and warmth to come to the conclusion maybe it should be that they both have an awful time in prison. The way the cops handled the second one was perfect, but no criticism of how they handled the first one. Lots of criticism here of how the police shouldn't be interrogating them next to each other. They got to separate them. Yeah, good point. Patting the cops on the back for the second guy. Yeah, they were kind of funny, but where was that energy with the first one? Young girls already marked by the devil as property to be bought and sold like cattle. Raymond has his pants at his knees with a belt. Question mark, question mark, question mark. This guy can't conclude why this, he can't figure out why this guy would be more disgusted by the first one. They're equally gross to me, you know, they're both nasty. One because of the age, the other one because of the racial dynamics. But this is what egalitarian, this is why you can't have multiple races within one border without clearly defined racial hierarchy, because this is nonsense. Tropical Gal thinks it's funny. Where and how did you come in contact with the girls? Well, I mean, honestly, I'm just chilling and they're cool. Tropical Gal, Tropical Roasty here. I thought that was funny. She's laughing at the tall black Kang. This is your horse, Roasty. She's out on the ranch. Trad? No. Black. Black-brained Roasty. Good Shepherd Healing Ministries Horse Rescue. This is the ranch girl. This is the horse girl that you'd think would you know, maybe not like them so much, but nope, she thinks it's funny. The J.D. Vance fan can't figure it out. 11 years when it should be the death penalty, pimping out 14, 15-year-old girls, despicable. Why do you think it's only 11 years? It was contrasted for you in this video. You were shown point blank, you know, who gets what kind of punishments. I do think we need death penalty, though, because who wants to pay for either of these people to be in prison? I just can't handle the disparity between charges. And yet brown cells will still say they have it worse, yeah. That's really the frustrating thing here, is the constant gaslighting about it. Like, you don't have it worse. White boys have it the worst now. Okay? Your monopoly on having it the worst is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. So, we have a little gem here from the Hash Brown Hassler himself that will, hopefully lighten the mood. I was laughing at this pretty hard when I seen it. So, the Hash Brown Hassler plays a lot of World of Warcraft as well. And these stupid shitters on World of Warcraft, they always want you to get on Discord and use voice comms for 20-year-old content that's so fucking easy. Like, I don't want to listen to some fucking retards talking in my ear the whole time. The one woman that happens to be in there hogging the fucking mic, running her mouth the whole time. Nobody wants to hear it. So, there's kind of a hack that the Hash Brown Hassler has been employing. And what he does is he tells the people in the raid that he's deaf. And if you tell them you're deaf, then they get virtue signal points for bringing you. You don't have to get on voice chat. And if you do well despite being deaf with no issues, you get praised. So you can see the chat log of the people discussing him being deaf. Okay? And they say, "Am I being trolled by Juck, or is Endorsement actually deaf? Bro was replying to me in Raid last week, but apparently his girlfriend listens to Raid comms and hand signs to him," someone said. Shen's DM'd me, "Guy is deaf." I was like, "No shit, LMFAO, Juck trolling me." The woman says, "Okay, but this is kind of cute that the girlfriend hand signs Raid comms to him." MVP girlfriend, if true. He's actually deaf. Oops, DQT already responded. Thank you, I thought so. Look at this is dashboardian as well, because this is the attention, the praise, the respect that you will get for simply feigning a disability. Look at how these people, they react to him like he's a superstar for pretending to be deaf. And he takes it one step further too. He goes beyond pretending to be deaf here in the next screenshot. You can see. Okay, this is from today. This is from this morning, right? October 28th, 2025. The same guy from the other thread, DQT, saying, "Hey, I got you rostered for this Saturday. Posting roster once again once I hear back from Last Sham. 10-4, thanks." So I hope this isn't out of pocket or an inappropriate question, but are you hearing impaired? Just from a raid lead perspective solely, I was informed that might be the case. If you aren't comfortable talking about it, I get it. And what is he on? "I have about 5% left. I lost it in the military years back. So yeah, it's gone." Okay? He's not just deaf, he's a veteran. Okay? Not just deaf, he's a veteran. And this is the level, this is the gamesmanship that should be going on in your day-to-day social interaction. The results are there. This isn't necessarily related to dating, okay? But why would it be any different? Dude is lying his ass off. Why wouldn't he? Why handicap yourself by telling the truth? I think it's time white boys stop handicapping themselves and telling the truth. I think we start playing the game like everybody else is. And that's why these communities are watched like a hawk. It's why I've got angry weave wizards in my chat throwing tantrums about how they're going to get me banned again. Because they don't want white boys to get the DLC. They don't want white boys to figure it out. They want to keep the game as it is. They don't want to have to play a new game. They don't want their opponents to get stronger. What was the reason for the ban? They didn't really give one. This is all I got. I'll pull it up here. They never really gave any kind of an explanation. They just said hate speech. The resident dirt man was very agitated on the Celtic Cat stream. You know, he was really popping off in the comments. He was very upset. You know, if you go back and read it, you can see he was foaming at the mouth. So yeah, it wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me at all. Ultimately, though, there's always going to be, even if you got rid of all these guys, even if they all got bored one day, there's always going to be a new malcontent that doesn't like people talking about reality. So at this point, we degrade to being a League of Legends cell and responding to chat. So if you're here for content, come back on Halloween. That's when I will be, well, actually going through different, like a newsreel type thing. Oh, it's just, the world out there is wacky, dudes. I don't know how else to say it. You know, they say life isn't fair, and boy, does that become more and more true every day here. Doesn't seem very fair at all. Yeah, I don't think the Care Bears are here for us. No, I was actually linked to clip. I got credit for all this stuff to Eminent Volk, but no, he linked me a clip of Goldberg the other day. You know, we can listen to that quick. Listen to Goldberg. Listen to Goldberg downplaying. He's trying to tell people basically that usury is a good thing in this clip.
Speaking of which, although I guess Lauren Chen was the opposite combination, she's going after usury. Talk about a typical scam artist. This woman started as Mrs. Classical Liberal Libertarian, saying that she was interested in Indian men, and now she's trying to be the Wignat queen. So she says usury is a sin. The Bible is explicitly clear on this. Muslim cells structure their banking and financial system specifically to avoid it. Why can't Christians? This is in response to the Pope saying usury corrupts the human heart and enslaves the poor. Okay, so number one, Muslim societies still run on usury. They have different labels for it, or they will try to export to certain intermediaries, to non-Muslims, which, by the way, was exactly what these base Christian rulers and people in the church did in Europe. They said certain groups, primarily Care Bears, but also certain sects of Christians, were allowed to take part in this because they saw how useful it was. And by transferring it to another tribe, their followers, i.e. Christians, would not be committing sins. But they can still benefit from it, and they absolutely will. Indeed, the problem with this mindset, when you say be against usury, and bear in to understanding that these right-wingers will never research the history of banking, they will not educate themselves on anything because they don't care. It's just an emotional term. It's a scapegoat that they can get angry about. They can blame for why the world's going bad, but they have no interest in how it truly functions. Because usury, the extension of credit, was the basis for, oh, are you basking in the glories of European civilization? Well, it was built.
He's seriously, with a straight face, trying to take credit for the success of European civilization and attribute it to the practice of Jewish usury. Like, this is the chutzpah that you're dealing with these people.
With loans. I hate to tell you this. Well, we can just be libertarians. Yeah, and you would have been living under probably Asian conquerors or Muslim cells because you're not going to have money to raise armies, to pay mercenaries, to build castles. And yes, I hate to tell people this, but you know that most of these campaigns to expand Christendom or indeed to restore it against the heathens, the infidels, the Muslim cells were funded on the back of Care Bear usury. Yeah, that's one thing these people don't like mentioning. All these high IQ trads, they'll glaze over that. Well, they do a lot of glazing, to be fair. It's so embarrassing. They are entirely ignorant of what has made the world great, what allowed it to actually expand, because they're obsessed with this little morality tale. Yeah, but Goldberg, when the Spaniards expelled the Care Bears, they immediately experienced a golden age. So in terms of expansion discovery, do you know what group was central to the development of maps? Do you know what group in many cases funded the expeditions?
This is where we're at. This is the Jew Care Bear DLC that has just hit. This is what they're all going to be parroting. They're all going to be pretending that whites could never have been great without Jews. They're going to take credit for all of it.
Yeah,
He linked me another clip from Chinese historian talking about very similar things.
everything is about, oh, white women sleeping with black men. Everything is about, oh, it's Zionism. And also, just to add on to that point, once again, right, if you do believe that, okay, so you believe that these pale-skinned Jews are a separate race than you, how come, okay, these white people keep saying that, oh, actually, we accomplished everything, we took over the world, we're the smartest on earth, we're the most powerful civilization, we're the most advanced, we dominate the academia, we dominate everything, okay? So it's very interesting, right? In those cases, they count those so-called, non-whites.
Again, gaslighting and being disingenuous. Jews will tell you when nobody's looking that they're a different race. Jews will. White people have been treating them as white up till certain points, when Jews make it clear that's not the case.
Whites, right? Those white Jewish, they count them as white. Albert Einstein, remember Stein, okay? So Albert Einstein is Jewish. Is he a white man? And when these white people, they say, actually, we invented everything. Actually, well, according to your analogy, I'm sorry to tell you guys, it was the Eastern European Jews, it was the Ashkenazi Jews, right? White people, you barely accomplished. You didn't do anything, right? If you do believe Jewish is a separate race, then it was the Jews that accomplished everything. Yeah, just look at
Albert Einstein was a plagiarist. And a troon.
the current academic system. Who's dominating some of the best schools right now in America, okay?
People that are cheating the academic system. Like, this is... If you try to play by the rules with these people, you're going to lose because the rules are set up to hem you up. The rules are there. The rules are little guiding rails on the bowling alley to keep everybody else on path to a strike. But if you're a white boy and you end up needing the guardrails, you're going into the gutter. They're gonna fall down right at that second, right as you're about to get there, and you're gonna find out the whole thing was an illusion for you. It was there to craft a certain standard of behavior to make you think that things work a certain way when they don't. People have all this animosity towards whites. They have all these highbrow theories about how, oh, actually, you know, whites don't do anything. Whites owe us, actually. And if that were the case, you know, it's like with the woman thing, you know. You're taught in the red pill, the black pill, to not listen to what women say and instead watch what they do. You shouldn't listen to what non-whites say, and you should instead watch what they do, because they go on and on about the evils of white people, how, you know, white people aren't good for nothing. But what does their behavior reveal? They insist on being in as close of proximity as possible to whites at all times. That's not the behavior of somebody that thinks they're better than whites, or thinks that whites are dangerous, or that whites are using them. Because if that were the case, they'd seek to distance themselves from them.
Learned every weapon, bested every opponent. Really don't want to fight. Ha! Who am I kidding?
People who pay off debt. I'm actually pro-debt at this point, even if you are paying it off. Not because usury's good, but because inflation is so bad. if you take out a 5-year loan at like 1% interest rate today, even if you pay it off, the money today is worth so much more than the interest on it. The money will be worth half as much 5 years from now, and instead you get it today. Oh boy, we got another one of these shit-tastic characters that just knock you back the second you get in range. Yeah, the housing's impossible. Housing's an issue of its own. I don't know. You didn't hit him with an empowered bola, bro. I don't know. You'll buy a house when you get an interest-free loan? Yeah, I mean, pretty much, right? Even then, I'm still kind of hesitant of it. I know I'd need to live somewhere where property tax is abolished to even really be interested in an interest-free loan for a home. You know?
Killing spree. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Always a reason to keep on keeping on.
Holy shit, man. I was winning the lane. And then Rengar fed mid a kill. Echo ganked 3 times in a row and took a bunch of my health and blocked me from getting minions, and my jungler has 1 kill and 2 deaths. So there's just not a whole lot that I can do. I can usually overcome the new champions being overpowered thing, but I can't do it while with a handicap on top of that. This guy has so much gold now from all the turret plates.
Turret plating will soon fall. Killing spree.
The range is insane though. Like, you gotta be kidding me. And he rushed Banshee's Veil. He doesn't even have Banshee's Veil, but he has a Banshee's Veil shield. How does that work? Verdant Barrier. Interesting. Like, crazy, man. There is not a single area in Canada that's free of cheats. Not one.
Enemy killing spree.
There's just nowhere to get away from them. They're absolutely everywhere.
An enemy has been slain.
All a super cold winter is going to do is cause them to pile up more on the highways. They're not going to leave. There's only one way to get rid of them, and it has to be permanent. No appreciable numbers are going to leave voluntarily. But that's not something I'm willing to do for people that want to, make my life miserable out of spite.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy is dominating.
Living through rough times makes you appreciate it. Like good company or a hard-boiled egg. Let's see you get out of this.
There's just going to be more and more accidents every winter. People can't drive in the best weather. They can't. The average person can't drive in the snow. Dude, the hand holding is actually crazy. I've read enough of the camp of the Saints. I just don't care. I know what the problem is, you know, like I'm stuck waiting for all the laggards to catch up. Nothing can be done. I knew what the problems were with my country at least 10 years ago. Things that my mother is parroting back to me now and acting like she originated with the idea. You know, at least a decade ago. That's the page I was on. So, at that trajectory, I've got 10, 20 years of waiting left before anybody will be at the point where the general consensus among the retarded whites is that we gotta solve it this way.
Nothing wrong with a life of peace. Could never find one myself.
That's why I don't care. Like, it's too late for me to ever have an actual family, so... And this team is just fucking ass, man. I don't think it's fixable either. I think the time to do anything about it has long passed. The time for me to do anything about it has definitely long passed. I have no motivation to do anything. Boomers had a fantastic life, and boomers won't lift a finger in their old age to do anything. I've had a horrible life, and my life has been made horrible mostly by whites in close proximity to me. The motivation to try and improve things for them just isn't there. A lot of us are unfortunately the kind of just caught in the crosshairs. You know, we were made incels. We weren't necessarily born them. Most whites deserve what's coming, though, honestly. They deserve to be destroyed. All these nations fought against World War II Germany. They picked this. They consigned their race to this fate when they made that decision. Notice how Judas appears right after the ban. He's back. It's what I was talking about with these people. They just can't take a hint. They can't tolerate people not having a close proximity to them. They'll probably tell themselves that it's because they gotta keep tabs on it. They gotta monitor it. They gotta, you know, always have a watchful eye. But I don't think that's really it. I think that they force themselves into places because they don't want to be left out. When you can't build anything, you just have to leg hump the people that can. I don't have patience for these people either anymore, because they can't be entertaining while they're being spiteful. You know, some of the people that leave shit posts on my channel, they're funny, you know, the person obviously hates me, but at least they have a sense of humor. Doesn't seem to be very common, though.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Learned every weapon, bested every opponent.
My team, always alone and dying. Enemy team, never alone. Just like real life.
An ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed.
Every white person that could work together as a team has been killed off. One world war after another, one global conflict after another. There's no ability to work as a team left in whites. It's been completely eradicated. How are casters with no movement speed items moving that fast? Whites won't even let you have a YouTube channel. Whites won't even let you ask a girl out. Whites won't even pay you the overtime that you're owed.
An ally has been slain.
18.
I was mocking the nappies yesterday, but and the flash up. Teammates that are so weak that your opponents never have to expend anything to beat them. They always have their full kit up and available for you. Yeah, I mean, livable wage to start with is of course better, but even if you're not going to pay a livable wage, like you're not going to pay overtime, you're not going to pay the overtime that you had somebody work. I got to go try and get it through the legal system. I got to fight for the money that I'm owed by my white employer as a white guy.
Shut down.
Is everything fucking warded here? Like, what the fuck is this? League of Legends is actually a lot like real life. The harder you try, the more frustrating it is, the more likely you are to lose. When the only thing that determines victory or not is whether your teammates decide that they actually feel like winning. Are they going to try? Are they going to coordinate? No? Okay, you lose randomly. Maybe they'll try. Maybe you'll win. You have no control over the outcome as an individual. The basketball question is the woman question. Without the woman question, the basketball question wouldn't exist. I can't believe they nerfed Shaco and left a Moo in with the mushrooms that he has. Boxes, Shaco boxes are weak and shit. But they leave, and they time out after 45 seconds or a minute, but they leave fucking mushrooms in. As if losing a quarter of your health, being slowed, is in somehow some sort of way better than walking into a bush and just dying to a stack of boxes that were set there. Just give me the boxes. At least they'd only be in one place on the map at a time.
Boldness is earned win after win.
Your inhibitor has respawned.
Might have to make another heroic last.
Just shrooms covering the entire map. Average Temu game. Jews to the left of me, commies to my right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Sky looks mighty free of void. You're welcome.
We could have been doing that the whole time, but my team was just dog shit and didn't. We got no minions. They're pushing the lane with no minions. Holy. Now they're tower diving and dying. They really gotta put Oracle's Elixir back in the game. There's more wards and bullshit than ever before, and there's no Oracle Elixir in the game to deal with it. It's pretty silly stuff. Sick, just hard inting. Holy. Lose a third of my health. Well, I wouldn't call this gaming. This is pure masochism. This is the worst. I'm getting off after this game. I can't make community posts until I have 500 subscribers again, so... Which actually doesn't make sense, because I think Dismal has less than 500 and he's been making community posts. But I'm gonna try and be on here daily. A little bit. It's just discouraging. So I had a nice thing going, I had some momentum, and it just got sent back to square one.
Double kill.
Always a reason to keep on keeping on.
That said, pretty much everything that can be said has been said. I don't think I've added anything for quite a while. It's more just examples of what's already been covered.
An ally has been slain.
Learned every weapon, tested every last line of Acacia, first line of defense.
There's obviously a demand for it, man. A lot of our little things get more viewership than some very large channels, and we're just not allowed to talk about anything. Yeah, like Andy the Ginger Jack hasn't even found his way back to my new channel yet. A lot of people I like talking to, I just cut off from them. I appreciate you guys that did find your way here, but like, just one step forward, 10 step back has just been my entire life. Shit's ridiculous. Then other people take 10 steps forward, 1 step back, and want to lecture you about how you just gotta keep pushing through. Like, you can't give up. I was like, nigga, I'm back behind square one, okay?
Your inhibitor is respawning soon. Your inhibitor has respawned.
Rest of my team's so slow to rotate. They're trying to do dragon with just fucking 2 of them there, man. What were they thinking? I'm getting fucking shroomed on the way in. I can't even move. Just hit 3 shrooms in a row. It's like so many other things. You'll hear about all of the injustice, oh, the Taliban, they're not letting Afghani girls go to school and learn. And then in the West, what do we have? It's like, oh, nobody talks about it, nobody complains about it, nobody actually does anything to fix it, nobody's sympathetic, but it's like, if you're a white boy, you're not even allowed to have friends and talk to them. Can't even stream for friends and talk to them. Not allowed. Not making any money, not allowed to just stream and talk to friends. Just completely isolated and atomized. Somehow I'm supposed to feel bad for and sympathize with groups of people that have the entire social structure behind them.
Aced. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Well, have a good day, guys.